So we've seen the main functions of the root, that is absorption and then anchoring of the plant and providing the necessary water and minerals to the other parts of the plant. And we've seen the two types of root, that is the taproot and the fibrous root. And taproots are also known as edible taproots because we have the vegetables like carrot, beetroot, coriander, parsley, etc. Next we will move on to the fibrous root. So if you take the fibrous root have leaves with parallel venation. So this is called your parallel venation, the fibrous root. Some plants with fibrous root system include grasses, wheat, rice, corn, rosemary, coconut, etc. So these plants have a fibrous root system, that is the leaves appear with parallel venation, and the plants that have fibrous root are your grasses, wheat, rice, rosemary, coconut, etc. If we uproot a rice plant or a wheat plant, we can see the fibrous root system. The roots move more horizontally than vertically. So the roots of a fibrous plant moves more horizontally than vertically, but they cannot penetrate deeper into the soil. When compared to a taproot, a fibrous root cannot penetrate deeper into the soil. It also cannot act as an organ for food storage. Like how in a taproot it acts as a food storage device, a fibrous root cannot act as a food storage like in some plants with the taproot system. As it is fixed on the surface of the soil, if you see a fibrous root plant, it can be uprooted very easily when compared to a taproot, because the taproot penetrates very deep into the ground because it goes in search of water, but a fibrous root remains on the surface of the soil. So it is considered crucial for the prevention of soil erosion. So as it is fixed on the surface of the soil, it is considered crucial. Crucial means important for the prevention of soil erosion, as they hold the surface firmly. So the fibrous root, it remains on the surface of the soil and it holds on to the soil firmly, and hence it prevents the soil erosion, that is the moving away of the soil in case of floods, heavy rains, etc. They can also absorb the fertilizers more efficiently than the taproot system. So since the fibrous roots are on the surface of the soil, the minerals or the fertilizers that are used for the growth of the plant is absorbed more easily by the fibrous root than by a taproot. It is assumed to have evolved before the taproot. So the fibrous root was evolved before the taproot. It is usually formed by thin, moderately branching roots growing from the stem. So this is the stem and it has thin, moderately branching roots growing from the stem. And it looks like a mat made out of roots when the tree has reached full maturity. So when the tree has reached its mature stage, if you take a look at the fibrous root, it appears like a mat when the tree has reached full maturity. It is a root that has no prominent central axis and that branches in all directions. When you compare a taproot, it has a thick root that goes deep into the ground, but a fibrous root does not have a prominent central axis and the roots branches in all directions. So this is what is a fibrous root. So the fibrous root has leaves with parallel venation, and the plants that have fibrous root are your grasses, wheat, rice, rosemary, coconut, etc. And the roots move more horizontally than vertically, and If you compare a fibrous root to a taproot, a fibrous root cannot penetrate deep into the ground and it remains on the surface. And since it remains on the surface of the soil, it holds the soil firmly and does not allow soil erosion, and it is able to acquire the fertilizers, it is able to absorb the fertilizers more efficiently, and it is considered to be evolved before the taproot, and it does not have a central axis but has roots branching in all directions. So this is about the taproot and the fibrous root.